Alright, y'all. It's your boy J Tone, aka Soul Quest. This is the community, Soul Community, cooking with Soul Quest. And I'm trying something different too, like I did last time. I haven't posted the video yet, as far as on Facebook, but it is on YouTube. So check it out. It's my sweet jerk salmon. This time I want to go a little bit spicier with my food, alright? So this is what I did. What you can see here, the jerk sauce you see in my last video, I mixed it with a good amount of curry powder, so you can see it's a lot thicker this time. Okay, and then I put a little bit of basil leaves and a little bit of Miss Dash sauce. So took a little bit of that and I spiced that up. Okay, so I want to make it a little bit spicier today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bathe the chicken in it, roll it around. I'm going to show that part as well. And as you can see here, I got my peppers, the sweet peppers I used last time as always. I got some zucchini squash, going to dice that up a little bit. And I'm gonna put a little bit of kiwi, just sweeten it up a bit. And of course, my honey, a tad bit of wine. I use that for the pan, and a tad bit of lemon juice, not too much. Like I said, I want it to be spicy, but I don't want it to be too spicy, just enough though. All right, so I'm gonna bathe the chicken in that, and then after that, I'm gonna add the spices, I'm gonna add the peppers, the sweet peppers, the kiwi, the zucchini squash, and the honey and everything in a different mix, and put that on top of that, and then go from there. All right, so one moment. All right, continuing here. This time, usually once again I mentioned that I have music in the background. This time I got some spoken word. Shout out to Jamal St. John, and like I said, there's my paste there, I showed earlier. And then, as you can see here, a little bit here, this is my peppers. And you can also see some of the pineapple I got diced up in here. And we got the kiwi. I'm going to dice that up real nice and mush it up and put it in that mix. And then here you have the cucumbers. Actually, I'm sorry, scratch that. This is the zucchini squash. The zucchini squash I have here, I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to lay these on top of the chicken, as you'll see later on in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and mush up this kiwi, and then I'm going to put the honey in there, lemon juice and a little wine, and then you'll see the rest. As you can see here, this is the mix I have here of what I said before, with the pineapples, the peppers, some kiwi, and then I also once again put the honey in there. Alright, and I put them in the lemon juice. And then after I put those in there, and now I'm stirring it up. So once again, just like everything else in the past I've showed y'all, you want to make sure that you mix it up really well, because I put the lemon juice in there, so it's going to make it a little bit, loose. So you make sure the honey's in there good enough. Make sure it's thick. And what I'm going to do here is, like I said, once again, you see me bathing the chicken in the curry jerk paste. And then you see this placed on top of it. So that's where the mix will come in. So I'm going to do something different. I want to make sure that the chicken has that flavor. So I'm going to have this as a topping. So you'll see that in a little bit. You see me go ahead and place the mix on top of what I put of the paste. Alright, as y'all know how I do with a lot of these videos, is myself with my camera phone. So I try to, keep it stable as possible. So as you can see, here's the chicken breast, and I'm going to start off with this one here, okay? And actually, I'm going to, before in the past, I tell you I slice it up. I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Let it sit in the wine for a little bit, okay? And then I'm going to let these kind of just get that in there a little bit. And then once I lay them down individually from the pan, I will go ahead and place them in the paste, okay? So I can make sure I get all that down. So let's see. Go ahead and give me one moment. Alright, as in the past, whenever you slice, just like with the fish, you don't want to make an indentation too deep. Alright, and with this one here, it looks like it already has something, kind of cut into it. So I don't have to make too deep of an indentation or too long. So this here is actually fine, okay? So I'll show you from another angle. As you can see here how deep that is, that's about as good as it gets. So I don't need to go any deeper than that for that one, alright? And then of course with the other ones, just make the little slits here, the little incisions like I said, a cross pattern. The vertical pattern is always longer, going down the vertical angle of the meat. Okay, you can see this next one here. Go down the line just enough. Make sure you get it in there, but don't go too deep. And make sure you open it up just enough. Okay. And then once you get the desired incisions in your meat and what you need, then you can continue. Like I said, this is just to open it up. So now when I go ahead and marinate it, well, not marinate, but bathe it in the jerk sauce with the curry, then it's already open, so I don't have to worry about, you know, stuffing it in as you've seen with the past videos. Alright, so here we go. Starting off with the first one, just let it sit for a little bit, kind of rest in there, and then flip it over. Alright, you make sure you get a good covering here, okay? More important at the top, of course. Make sure you get it covered nice and well, then bam. See? That's how it looks. Alright, let's get the next one. Bathe it up real nice. Get it all covered. See, this is how it's gonna look. It looks good, doesn't it? Nice and covered. And you're gonna use all of this. So depending on how much meat you have to cook, you want to make as much paste as you need. Okay? Just as much as whatever you need. Not too much. Sorry for the cinematography here. Like I said, I'm trying to get this mobile. I'm trying to make sure I focus on it and do this at the same time. So forgive if I go off focus here a little. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess it. So y'all. Alright, so like I said, once again, you want to get it nice and bathed in there. You know, make sure everything's spread over just enough. Even as you can see, I have some residue here, so I'm just going to take some of my fingers here and kind of just take the paste and kind of just touch it upon the chicken here. Make sure each breast gets its due here. Cover them all real nice, you know. And I'll go ahead and get this angle back so you can see that. And as well, I can go ahead and use both of my hands. Alright, so get the chicken back in there and focus. So get that nice little paste in there. Cover it up real nice. You know, smooth it on both sides. There you go. Get it nice and covered. Like I said, this is just enough. Okay. And like I said, it's making a different type of recipe, not just your basic, you know, jerk or curry recipe here, you know. So as you'll see, the breast coming up. Alright, had to rinse my hands off. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and place the sauce. And remember, I'm going to place that mix here on top of the food. So I'm going to actually pick it up here so you can see me process it here. So bam, you know, put that on top. This you don't have to worry about getting into the meat, because like I said, I want the spices to get into the meat. This here is just a topping with the honey, lemon, kiwi, pepper, pineapples, and all that stuff. This is what this is. So I'm just topping the meat with this. Okay. A nice little amount. Make sure every chicken breast gets its fill, so they all get what they need. As you can see, this is how it looks. Okay. Nice and pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that the rest of the sauce is used. And say cover it up just enough, and use the rest of it. And then you can put the rest of it here, pour it around, you know, lightly. You don't want to run the curry jerk sauce off. You want to make sure you keep those spices in tune. And then now the cucumbers are laid. Okay, just place them on top accordingly on the chicken. Okay. You just place them around. This is just, like I said, extra toppings. It's gonna cook onto it, and you know, you can do whatever you will with the cucumbers afterwards. You eat them individually, however you decide to do it. Okay. So this is it. This is the final dish. How it's gonna look before the oven. Okay, so check it out, get a good view, and the next video will be the finished product. Alright y'all, went ahead and decided to go ahead and continue this video rather than separate it, that way you can see the whole process. So as you can see, the zucchini squash cooked up a little bit, and the sauces and everything cooked on. You can see the chicken's a little white. Of course, this way it's supposed to look. But with the sauces, you know, depending on how much you put on and how what you make, like I said, me placing the topping, you know, kind of half the sauce is gonna run into here, so a little liquidy, but a lot of it stayed within the middle of the chicken, which is very important too. So, and it mixed in with the sweetness and the spices, so it's gonna turn out good. As you can see, the chicken's about done. Okay, just a couple more minutes to make sure it kind of soaks up everything and get the zucchini cooked up enough. But hey, this is the mix of the meal. This is the finish. This is how it looks. So as I explained, showed everything in the video. Hope you enjoy it. And once again, thank y'all for cooking with Soul Quest. And see y'all next time. Let me know under the comments of the video here that you tried it, if you have, and then let me know the results of how it turned out for you. Peace, y'all.